Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yay, Wiki. It's on. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? A little bit over after 7, but getting started here. Yep, Nick Jones is out playing baseball instead of out here. And then Randy is bowling, and Robbie can't quite be here yet. So, me, myself, and I. Hopefully, let's get this. First time I'm using a new streaming software called StreamYard. So, bear with me while I figure things out here. Maybe a little slow. So hopefully you can see everything here. You should be seeing myself and then what I'm drinking on today. So I think I got some new fun things today, so I can show off some comments. I got Jay looking for Nick Jones. Not today, not today. The only bad thing about this is I can't see who's all in the room. So unless you comment, I won't be able to see who it is. So hey, Cody, how are you? Brandon, you are very true. Yep. There's a learning curve. Spent most of the day yesterday, today, getting all the gadgetry fixed up, and hopefully it's working as intended. So let me get on here on YouTube real quick and see if it's working on from what I can see here. So give me 1 second. So what we're doing today, we're going to give away some whiskey. to celebrate us selling out our Penelope pick. So give me 1 second here. There is definitely a spider today. So hell of a king. What's the pour tonight? I'm actually drinking some Penelope Founders Estate. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to get this to work on my phone as well. Yeah, I'm drinking Penelope's Founders Estate. So it's we went up to Penelope up in November, I guess the week before Thanksgiving, to do a barrel pick. Uh, and we did a Penelope pick, and then it also happened to be the launch of their Founders Reserves launch. So that's what that was. Here, let me see if this is gonna work out the way I think it is. Nope. Uh, so that's what it is. It's the 11-year wheat. It was distillery only release, and I was able to get one. Luckily, there, and a couple of the guys got some of the other 9-year and 10-year bourbons. So it's a good pour. A little bit different. So they have, I think, 7 or 8 different. I think it was 4 different releases. It was B, C, D, E, and F. I guess I forgot B. So B through F. I've gotten D, E, and F. Were my favorites from when we tasted it there at the event they had, lunch party they had. So yeah, so the Penelope pick should be here this week, next week. Today's Thursday, which normally is when I think when the truck comes in. So most likely next week that will come in. That's all sold out already, so we have no more of that. That's gone. Our Green River pick should be coming in. I think it gets bottled on March 1st. So we'll get that in. So we pre-sold 100 of those bottles, and then we'll have some more available once we get the actual hold it up to the mic. We'll have some more that we can sell on the Green River pick. But yeah, the Penelope's gone. It's a toasted pick, char level 2 medium toast. So it was everybody's favorite by far on that one. It was a cool day that day. So on a Penelope pick, we got 114 bottles. It's a really short barrel. Our first pick, we did a Penelope, which you can kind of see all my bottles up here, somewhere over here. That one, the one with the wax. That one gave us 204 bottles. So this one only gave us 114. So a really short barrel of it, which I don't mind short barrels. It's less bottles to try to get rid of after the fact, but it also means some people are missing out. So on that, to talk about missing out, we have Rare Character coming up here in. Well, we did the pick already at the end of January. We approved the bottle artwork, which some of y'all saw if you're on the Facebook group. Uh, these last week, not the Widow Chain, the place talking about Widow Chain, the Rare Character. So that one's gonna be limited. I think they say that one about 120 to 130 bottles on that. So, Rodney, I think the age on this one's only 6 years. So, either a lot of times with when they do the toasted barrel, that new barrel will really suck up a lot of that liquid in there, so we lose a lot. We're doing the experiment. You can't see to my right over here. We got the equal rare barrel that we're doing with it. So yeah, the Garrison barrel was definitely. I think we only had 48 of that. And then as far as a non like actual full size barrel size, the shortest one has been one of the Rye 3 barrels. I think the 16-year-old white whiskey produced 78 bottles on it. So it just varies. I think their biggest barrel overall has been the Woodford Double Oak we did last year. That one put out like 240 bottles. But the way they do that is they refill. They take a barrel and then refill into double oak. So it's a full barrel again that they let age for a few months. I think double oak is 3 to 6 months the age in that secondary barrel. So Yeah, the rear character is going to be good. I've got a few different ones here. If I look over here, my ball's over here to my right, so I may grab some stuff from here in a bit and share what I've been drinking. What is everybody else drinking out there? I know somebody said they're drinking old fashioned out there. Cody is, and then Rodney. I know Rodney is Widow Jane. I'm just working on a Widow Jane event, hopefully with Widow Jane and Myron Steakhouse. So we're trying to get a date nailed down for that with Michael. He's been good to us. We've done quite a few different tastings with Michael. We've done the few events. We've done the Tequila Ochos under his umbrella, Widow Jane, and he's got another one we need to do called Bren. That'd be pretty cool little thing. Hey Josh, how are you, sir? Glad you're still keeping it with us in Korea. So, last shipped, I think it was last year when we did the little mini flight bottles. I sent that to all the way to Korea. So, Josh is still representing New Braunfels Bourbon all the way in Korea. Unfortunately, can't really send him liquor over there, but merchandise he's got to be able to get. I got a couple of barrel heads. I don't have a Widow Jane one. I did go to Widow Jane. I was in New York. I think it was the last week of November, first week of December. I was there for 2 weeks for work. I actually got to go out to Widow Jane and check out their facilities. Cool little place out in Brooklyn. It's kind of in the warehouse district over by the docks, and they've got like 3 or 4 different warehouses, and then they have a little bottling room slash bar, and it was cool. Cool to see that. They've got some really old barrels sitting there and some experimental stuff. So it was cool to see all that stuff they had there on that. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, definitely, I would recommend if you ever get a chance, kind of go up there to Brooklyn. I was happened to be up there for work, and I took advantage of that and was able to visit that. So, unfortunately, Widow Jane doesn't really do private barrels anymore. They'll do private blends. Well, they'll take you pick 5 barrels and blend that, but that puts out like 900 to 1,000 bottles, and that'd be hard and tough for us to be able to sell through that. So. Maybe in the future they'll go back to doing single barrels, but until now, I think the only thing I've seen here locally lately is I think Specs has one of those Widow Jane barrel select batches, which is like I said, it's five barrel blends they do for a private retailer. Specs with as many stores they have, a little easier for them to divide out 900 plus bottles between their stores. So yeah, Decadence is good. They definitely had a lot of those Decadence maple syrup barrels there. And it's a lot more available now. It used to be hard to find the Decadence, but it seems like you can pretty much walk into most of the stores nowadays and see some on the shelf. I know here in New Braunfels, Specs, the Creekside one has one of the Decadence or two still sitting on the shelf. Michter's is good. I when we went to did this barrel Penelope picks. I went to yeah, that Cameron. I was telling you on that one. I was up there when they were bottling that, and it was a pallet worth. That's probably I think it's like almost 100 cases that they have when you do those batches. But yeah, it's like $99, 10 year. But it's also a little bit higher proof. I think it's 49.5, which I think the normal proof is 90 or 45. So on there. But yeah, Rodney, we went to Penelope. We went to Heaven Hill. We went to Makers, which is beautiful, beautiful campus. It was my favorite of all the distilleries that we went to. We didn't do a distillery tour at Jim Beam this time. We did stop at the gift shop. We went to Wild Turkey. That was cool. And then we also did a couple other things. Yeah, Widow Jane, Tequila Ocho, Few, and there's another called Brand. Are all owned or were owned by a smaller company that got bought out by Heaven Hill. So that's how Tequila Ocho and Widow Jane have existed. They've been a repo, and then I think they did an añejo this past year. I had both of them. I haven't opened the añejo up. I had the repo. It's pretty good. I actually and may have it over there here in a second. I'll open that one up. Back to you, Hello King. I was kind of talking about Michter's. We got to go to Michter's when we were there. Yeah, we lined up, I think, at 9 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and waited to do barrel your own, bottle your own, whatever they call it. Cast strength. It's really good. Highly recommend that. Cody and Castle and Key. We did stop at Castle Key just for Cody. to get him one of the bottles. They had a Naranja finish ride that we grabbed the bottle for him, and I think a cash strength weeded. I can't remember what we got. We stopped. Yeah, we stopped at Kentucky just for Cody. He wants a barrel pick, and we can get a barrel pick, but I'm not sure if I can move. The other thing, like the way we do barrels, so a little bit because about we've done some time talking about New Braunfels and New Braunfels bourbon, how it works. So we do private barrel picks, and we usually are try to be cheaper than you would get at the store. But the way it works is I commit to buying the full barrel outright, so I have to make sure I can sell 200 bottles or 150 bottles, how much it is. Otherwise, I'm financially stuck paying the bill. So there's a lot of barrel picks I would love to do if I wasn't responsible for, but I've got to make sure I can get rid of them and not have to pay out of pocket to help fund everybody's hobbies besides mine. So, anyways, we're gonna do a couple of giveaways. Obviously, we're gonna do the Penelope Havana pick. We'll give away. That's the thing. If you bought a bottle of Penelope and then also our Green River pick, you are automatically entered for that. Uh, Second place, I'm gonna give away the Penelope Weeded, which is their new kind of entry level there. And then for anybody just kind of in the stream, I'm gonna give away two other things. I'm gonna give away the Green River. This is just the regular entry level Green River, which is really good. Usually, our pick is 6 years. I think their entry level is 5 to 6 years. Really good for the price, $35. I think they're foolproof, which is 59 to 65% alcohol on it. Is good. And then I'm going to give away the new peach old fashioned from Penelope. So it's a new RTD, which RTD stands ready to drink, and it's 80 proof, 90%, 40% alcohol. So a little bit higher proof than most of the ready to drinks out there. Actually, I don't think I have any Capstone Key here at the house. I had a couple bottles and I gave them away to Cody of all people. He is the definitely the biggest Capstone Key fan that I've met. We did a we did do the tasting with Capstone Key, and that was all 100% uh, for Cody. On the Penelope, I believe it is. Yeah, it's straight bourbon whiskey, straight rye whiskey. So it's a blend of whiskeys. Let's see if I can get closer onto this camera here. Let me get the other camera up here, see if it shows. Yeah, so you can kind of see here it's a blend of bourbon and rye whiskeys, and then it's got maple and then bitters, peach bitters. So if you did the Havana itself, is finished in rum and maple syrup. So the maple syrup barrels they use the maple syrup itself to also help do this. So Rio to me is cinnamon toast crunch all day. It's definitely like both of them are dessert pours. They're they're in at night, not something you're gonna drink all day. For all day drinkers, I do like the Penelope toast is probably one of my favorites on it. If you got a chance to find the marshmallow toast one, that's really good. Those I can drink all day. Havana and Rio, really kind of into the night nightcaps, dessert type drinks. Uh, Havana is a little bit less, so being a little sweet, less sweet, it's still good. The Rio is a little bit more complex. The Amberana, love it or hate it, it adds a lot to it. So, all right, I'm gonna attempt to do this giveaway here. So, give me a second to try to figure out how to get this to work again for me. So, 1 second here. Yeah, when we went to talking about Dick and Brandon's, we went to Four Roses and they had all the recipes there. When we were there, they had all 10 recipes. We picked up hey, it's working perfect. Yeah, we picked up the highest proof one and then the oldest age statement, which I can't remember what they were. I think it was like 11-year OBSF, and then we picked up the highest proof was almost 62, 63%. Four Roses has a pretty low entry proof into the barrels, and most of their stuff is pretty low proof. You don't see very. I don't think I've ever seen a hazmat actually come from Four Roses. So give me a second to get this set up here. We're gonna do the horse race for this giveaway on it. So if you've never done these giveaways, I have everybody that qualified on the race here. So it's 77 people. Some people are here twice because they bought a total of 4 bottles. They bought 2 of each. Otherwise, everybody in here at least bought 1 of each on here. So that's everybody that did that is in here. And then the way this works is there's a 2-minute random clock. I'll shuffle this a couple times here in a second. And it's going to be I want to do 2 different ones this time. I'm going to take this Docs on here, Alejandro. He's one of the guys that has done a couple barrel picks with us. He's got a YouTube, old fashioned. He does the first place and last place. So first place on this race will win the Penelope Havana. The last place on this will win the Penelope Weeded. So here we go. Let's get this started. Hopefully everything works like expected. And if not, I apologize. This is all experiment. And here we go. So first place, Havana. Last place will get the Penelope Weeded, or the yellow label one. Off to the start here. So it's never good if you're one of the first ones out at the gate. Usually you end up losing. So hopefully there's not an echo. I apologize if there is. All right, minute in. This is usually not the last 10 seconds is actually the part where people may or may not win. So Kevin, I'm sorry. You may be leading right now, but you'll end up losing. Sorry. All right, this is a good part. The last 15 seconds here. We'll see who actually ends up winning. So Josh Bingham's coming from behind. He'll fall off here in a second. Byron. Oh snap! Looks like Byron may win it. Yeah, Byron Sims. He wins the bottle of Penelope Havana. Let's see who won the bottle of the Weeder. So whoever's last place, according to this, will win the Havana. So Michael wins the bottle of the Weeded, and then Byron wins the bottle of the Havana. So I will reach out to y'all via Messenger and do that. So I'm gonna put a comment in here just to remind myself later. So on the chat. All right, let me stop this share and go back to here. So that's the giveaway for the Havana and the weed. We'll get a couple other ones here in a second that doesn't involve you buying anything previously. Yeah, those little races are fun. I think for Christmas when we did the fundraiser we did I found a Santa one, so they're always kind of interesting to see how they do that. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. This next giveaway will involve Instagram uh, on it, and I'll talk about more here in a second on it, how to win something next. So, what should we give away next? The Penelope Old Fashioned, which I have a little ice cube kit for as well, or the Green River. So we'll see what everybody thinks there to try to give away next. Oh, I'm frozen. There we go. We got to vote for the old fashioned. Gotta figure out how to do polls on here in the future. Got another vote for the Penelope. Carlos, I'm drinking the Penelope Founders Estate. It's the 11-year weeded estate collection. So it was a distillery only release. Let me see if I can go a little farther. 1 second here. Let's figure out how to do this both. Yeah, so it's the Founders Estate. Uh, 11 years is batch E. So I have 5 different batches, B through F. It's a 11-year experimental 95.5 malted wheat, 100% wheat, I believe what it was. Yeah, 95% wheat, 5% malted barley, MGP. When we did the pick for the Penelope, this is what they had. A release party. We got invited to the release party. Thank you to the Penelope Red JD here locally. Got us invited to the party, and we were able to get some of these bottles at the distillery. So it's good. It's a little bit different. It's not your traditional bourbon. It's a weeded mash bill. So everybody's talking about the old fashioned. So the way we're gonna do the old fashioned, I'm gonna go do. Let's gonna do it this way. If you're on Instagram, go follow me. If you're not on Instagram, you probably should get on Instagram and send me a message on Instagram to the New Braunfels Bourbon Instagram and just put hashtag Penelope in the message to me, and then I'll go through those messages tomorrow morning and pick somebody from that there. So that's the way to win. It's gonna be the Penelope peach cocktail, old fashioned. Go to New Braunfels Bourbon on Instagram, give us a follow, and then comment Penelope Old Fashioned or Penelope in the message to me, and then I'll go through the messages and do one of these kind of horse races on the next stream to give away that bottle. So you got today's Thursday, February 6th. You got until tomorrow at noon. So February 7th at noon. I'll close that out and we'll get those names together and do a drawing the next one. Yeah, Nick, I think you got D. You got D and no, you got E and F. I was able to get D off a trade. That was our favorite when we tasted it. It was good. It's really good, actually. All right, give me 1 second. I'll grab a drink real quick here, and I'll be right back. All right. So the next pour I've got here is a Green River pick. That's not our pick because ours hasn't been bottled yet, but the Bourbon Junkies did a pick for the big event they have out there in Michigan every year called Bourbon in the Barn. I think this year's actually Bourbon and Par, like that, Pours and Par. They're doing a golf event out there this year to that. It's a single barrel. Uh, they're usually 6 year old bourbon out of Owensboro, Kentucky. The one we did, I finally did post tasting notes, but to me, when I first drank it, it was cotton candy. It was really sweet and good on it. So this is the barrel pigs. This is what our bottles will look like roughly. Obviously, it'll say New Braunfels bourbon on this bottom area. And then I haven't figured out if we're going to do a sticker or not. Here they got a sticker on this one. And the other kind of cool thing about this, most people don't know, is the bottom of it, it's actually a horseshoe. So they have a game you can play with it that would actually allow you to play horseshoes with like a little coin or whatever. So it's kind of cool. So just kind of a reminder if you missed it, if you want the Penelope Old Fashioned giveaway, send me a message on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and then send me a message to say Penelope, and then I'll get those names accumulated tomorrow by noon, and then we'll do a giveaway next time we stream. So streaming, hopefully going forward. This is my garage, it's unfinished garage. So I apologize for the tape marks, but we'll start doing these streams a little bit more often, probably weekly. I was going to do it on Sunday, but Super Bowl Sunday, so decided to do it today to get this the Havana given away on that. But yeah, we'll start doing some more streams here. I've got a pretty cool setup. You only see one thing, but got room for almost 4 or 5 people here. So we'll do some different things going forward. Really, the reason for the streaming is trying to grow New Braunfels bourbon from influential part, and really what it does, it helps us get barrel picks from some of the more harder to get brands that we call the word allocated. So I'll see the rare character. That one's been 3 years in the works to be able to get that barrel pick. And the more influential or however you do, the more you get to get some better beer picks. Yeah, I've got 2 TVs. So I've got a TV that I'm talking to, and I've got another screen in the back that's actual TV. So there's a couple TVs here. So what other barrel picks we have? So we did 2 barrel picks at the end of November. They're finally showing up. Penelope's somewhere between Kentucky and here. And then the Green River hasn't been bottled yet. That'll get bottled here at the end of this month. I think March 1st is the scheduled date for that. And rare character we just picked about 2 weeks ago at the end of January. We approve artwork, and it's about 8 to 10 weeks after artwork's approved for it to get bottled and make its way. And then we were talking to Heaven Hill. They've got a new bottled in bond, the Blue Label. They do private barrel picks of that. Talking to them about doing some barrel picks with them, and then just kind of seeing what's out there. I said I'm picky to an extent, not because I don't want to do barrel picks, but of having to make sure we were able to go through and everybody picks up a bottle and I stick with bottles after the fact. All right, so we got the other Green River pick here that we need to give away. Let me go. I'm gonna go create a post in Facebook, and then if you're on the Facebook group, you'll comment something. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go post a post real quick, and then I'll tell you what to go post in that Facebook comment. So 1 second, let me get logged into that, and we'll do that real quick. All right, so I just made a post in the New Braunfels Bourbon Facebook group, though. So it says "Go Chiefs." This is who I'm going for in the Super Bowl. Just make a comment if we were going for. I'll go through those comments here. It's through Super Bowl, so through next through Sunday, and on Monday I'll pick everybody who picked the actual winner. So you can pick the Chiefs or you can pick the Eagles. If you pick the Chiefs and they win, I'll take all those people that pick the Chiefs and pull them and put it through drawing. If you pick the Eagles and the Eagles win, I'll pull everybody from the Eagles and do a drawing to do that. So that'll be for the Green River, just a regular entry level bourbon whiskey here giveaway bottle on that. So go to the post I just did on Facebook and post who you're going for, Chiefs or Eagles, and if that team wins, I'll pull those people. And if your team loses, well, you don't get pulled for the drawing on that. So for those people that are on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, that's where the majority of our posts happen. Send me a message on Instagram or wherever you're following us from, and I'll send you an invite to the group. The group's pretty locked down just to make sure we don't have spammers and issues there. So yeah, we've got Joey, we've got the Penelope. We did the toasted barrel was our first one. We did another toasted. The first one we did, we waxed. So if you look at back here, you'll see that one up here. So we're pointing somewhere. That one there is the barrel pick we did. So behind me, you actually see it. We get all the barrel picks we've ever done for New Braunfels bourbon are back here. So you can't see there's three more on the top of this little thing. But we've got the JT Melick, which we just did in December. New Riff, which is the original one we ever did. It's the first one we did. We did Penelope. Few was our second one we did, and we've got a couple different rye threes, two light whiskeys, and a Naranja finished. So we got the Bourbon Junkies one we did, which is the Evernorth pick, and then you can't see above it. It's going to be another Copper Skylight whiskey, the Garrison Brothers, and then also the Woodford Double Oak. Yep, Evernorth Barrel 69. We didn't we didn't plan it. I think we tasted through 7 or 8 barrels on that Evernorth pick when we went to Michigan to do that pick. That was I think it was June of last year when we did that pick, and it was a Barton 7521 9. And it was kind of a equivalent to a toasted barrel. They had to put a string of toasted cubes, kind of what 2XO does for their barrel. So it's a good one. I think mine's almost done. It's very sweet dessert. If you figured out most of my picks, they kind of tend to be on the sweeter side. I'm a sweet tooth overall, and then barrel picks definitely kind of show that. We've done our picks, so I'm not a huge bitter oak fan. So most of our picks usually tend to be on the sweeter side on it. So we'll give it here. I'll probably stick on to about 7:45, and then I'll hop on Instagram for a few on there. So I appreciate y'all joining us. First time I said doing this in my garage. So hopefully we'll do a lot more of these streams going forward on it. I have not tried the OH yet. I tried so I sent me a TKO rye the other day. I need to try that one. Your OHA that you sent me, Aaron. I got a lot of samples. I need to make a stream where I just try a bunch of samples. I've got so many samples people have given me. I try to do some Sunday sample posts, but then sometimes I forget. So I've literally got probably about 45 to 55 different samples people have given me that I've never gotten around to doing it. So it's a problem. What happens when you've got way too many bottles of bourbon? It's hard to try everything. That's why I have. I just started. We did the Wild Turkey Infinity Barrel this past. It was last Sunday. And then before that, before everybody showed up, I've had a bunch of bottles that were close to being done, and I stuck them all into a couple 5 liter barrels. I got a Infinity. A true Infinity means it's a blend of a bunch of stuff, bourbons and an Infinity blend of rye. So we'll see how they turn out. I don't even know what the percentages of the thing are. I was literally just emptying bottles that I needed to empty out to make room for some new stuff. But yeah, we've got the Wild Turkey Infinity going on, and then we also have another thing. I don't know if Nick's still here. Nick had a Whistle Pig Rye that he had, I think, close to 100 bottles worth of it that we stuck into two different barrels. We stuck into this barrel actually. This is the barrel that the Garrison Brothers pick was in. They got sent to Belleville, where I'm from originally. We got beer put into it, and then we put the rye into it, dumped the rye, and we put the rye now sitting in the maple syrup barrel that we did Infinity Barrel number one, or the maple syrup barrel. So it's sitting there. We tried it this past Sunday. It's starting to taste really good. Same thing on the sweet side. Starting to kind of take some of that rye spice cut a little bit. So the allocated maple barrel, I think it was really good. Of course, I'm biased, so some of the other guys who were able to get in on that project may be able to comment on that a little bit more than on it. But it's good. It's kind of hard to beat. You take a bunch of good bourbon to begin with. Well, everything is your opinion, but E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare, uh, Stag is pretty normally pretty good. I put that all into a maple syrup barrel. It was cherry strudel to me. So it's sweet. The maple wasn't forward. You get more cherry, and then the maple kind of just coats your tongue, and it's good. So I really enjoyed it. A lot of people have enjoyed it. Um, I've got a couple bottles myself that I put some extra stuff in there to do it. And so if you ever seen it, let me know. I'll try to use a sample of it. As far as what my dream picks would be, there's two. One is very possible, hopefully. Uh, it's Wild Turkey pick or Russell's Reserve, like that. I would love to go do turkey. I think it's delicious, priced well. They've got some great stuff there. That would be a really good thing I would love to do. And then obviously, want to be a tater or not, I would love to do some kind of Buffalo Trace pick, preferably to me, Stag or EH Taylor. But I'll settle for Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, something like that. Just to say we did a pick at the distillery there. I went several years ago, got to meet Freddie randomly there before I really got into uh, this whole thing and did it. So those would be my two kind of dream picks. Would be Wild Turkey, which we're working on. Hopefully it comes through. There's a possibility of that, and then hopefully one day somebody gets lucky and decides to give me a pick from Buffalo Trace uh, on that. So that would be ideal, but it's up to somebody not to be. They have to be share. What sharing is caring is the thought. They got to make sure they decide to share the group. So all right. So just kind of a reminder of a couple different giveaways we've got going on. So uh, we've got two giveaways. We've got the Penelope uh, Old Fashioned. That sorry about that. That one you just need to go to Instagram, send me a message. Just says Penelope. Really anything in general, and I'll go through those messages before noon tomorrow, and I'll pull those names on the next live. We'll do a drawing for those names, and then for the Green River, just the normal Green River bottle, I put a comment on Facebook. It says "Go Chiefs." Pick whatever team you want, Chiefs or Eagles. If you pick the right team, I'll put you in the drawing. Same thing when we do the next live, and I'll draw for that Green River bottle there on that there. So kind of a way to get some interactions with people, and get kind of active. Chiefs or Eagles. You may not like either team. It's not the Cowboys. Hasn't been the Cowboys since '92. I grew up in the Houston area, so uh, Oilers were my team until now. I do root for the Texans, but I will root for the Chiefs for this one. So I have rooted for Chiefs for a while now, even before. Yeah, Russell's pick would be great. Uh, are hoping to do that. Brandon, if you talk to Nick, he's trying to work his contacts in Kentucky to get that set up for us. We'll see if it actually comes through or not on that. And then, yeah, a stag would be amazing. I would not say no to a stag pick, or actually really any Buffalo Trace product would be great. Even everybody hates on blends, but besides the price kind of being expensive, it's a good pour. So I appreciate about 7:45. I'm gonna log off here on YouTube, and then I'll be on Instagram here probably about 8 o'clock. I just gotta get everything kind of switched over. Uh, YouTube is a square or 16 by 9 versus Instagram is 9 by 16 or the horizontal. So I got to switch some things over. I'll be on Instagram probably about 30 minutes talking to people there on there. So Mark, I don't think I've seen any straight from the barrel picks yet. That'd be great. I don't think I've seen them. They started doing the Blanton's gold picks, so they may do those eventually, which would be great. Actually, just about anything from Buffalo Trace a castring would be great. They have all these picks, and all the picks are proof down. So I think the only one you can get that's not proof down is Stag Junior. Otherwise, everything else, EH said are single barrels, and those are 50. Eagle Rail's 45. Buffalo Trace is 45. So anything from there would be great. At barrel proof, which is right now the only barrel proof offering to have a single barrel, as far as I know, is that Stag Junior. So, or we're gonna Stag now, that's what they call it. They dropped the Junior part of it. So anyways, I appreciate y'all joining in. I'll be on Instagram here probably about 8 o'clock if you want to join there on that. And I would love some Camp Nelson pics, or actually anywhere from Wild Turkey would be great. I won't complain. We got to go there when we were there for the penalty pick, and got some 20-year-old barrels sitting there in the warehouse to take out these things. Tyrone A is the warehouse we went into, and it's just sitting there, 20-year-old Wild Turkey barrels. They've got all type of stuff there, so I'll take a 10-year Russell's pick would be great. So we'll see what comes out of it. If we're able to get that comes through. If not, hopefully one day one of the Campari reps or somebody from Ball Turkey is able to hook us up with that. So anyway, I appreciate it. Again, like I said, if you want to get in on the Green River pick, go to Facebook group, comment what team you're going for if your team wins. I'll pull those and do a drawing for those, and give me a follow on Instagram, and make sure send me a message, and I will put you in for the Penelope Old Fashioned, which is a bottle Old Fashioned Penelope Old Fashioned RTD, and then ice kit on that. So we'll do those drawings on the next live. Hopefully not this Sunday Super Bowl, but the Sunday after that, and going forward, hopefully most Sundays is when we'll start doing these live streams going forward. I travel during the weeks; it's kind of hard, but usually Sundays I can do these. So again, I appreciate it. Thank y'all very much for joining in. Y'all have a good evening.